What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You're watching Buchanan Motorsports. Today, behind me, we've got the 2021 Chevrolet Tahoe PPV, or the police, basically interceptor version of the Tahoe. And today we're going to service that rear differential. These have the limited slip rear differential in them, and they're known to make a little bit of noise, like first thing in the morning. At real low speeds, you make a little corner, you hear kind of a little bit of a noise. So we're just going to do a little preventative maintenance on this. We're going to drop the fluid in it, check the magnet, make sure there's no chunks of anything. Would expect to see a little bit of material on the bottom of it, just from some clutch wear. But we're hoping we don't find any surprises there. This car does have 75,000 miles on it. It is not in any type of police application anymore. It's on the regular streets, and yeah, we're going to find out what we get into. We appreciate everybody watching. We're well over 500 subscribers at this point, and we're pushing towards that 1,000. That's our next goal. If you ain't subscribed, think about subscribing for us. Hope you're enjoying the content. Let's get into it. All right, guys, we're up under the rear end of the Tahoe here, and this should apply not only for, I know I mentioned this is I guess a PPV version, or a kind of a police edition. But this is going to apply to your everyday Tahoe Suburbans of the same years. Just as a reference, also, these do not have solid rear axles anymore. These are CV shaft driven, independent rear suspension. So we'll just get a couple of quick things. Up under here, you'll find a drain plug. It is a 3/8 inch, just a regular square off your ratchet, and your fill plug is going to be right here as well. So this will be what we use to fill this back up with. They do not make it easy to access as like a regular straight axle would be. You wouldn't have all this extra support and bracing up under here, but this is what we're dealt with. So what I'm going to do is get my pan under here. I'm going to get my again, my 3/8 ratchet, and we're going to drain this. These do have magnetic plugs, so both of these should be magnetic. The one we're really hoping not to find a whole bunch of material on is going to be this bottom one. So let me get my pan in here. We'll get that draining, and we'll see what we find. All right, here we go. All right, fluid at this point does not look terrible. I'm going to get a couple towels, a couple paper towels. We'll check this plug. Right now it doesn't appear to be too bad. We'll just kind of keep that up there for right now. Try not to make such a huge mess. Let it drain out, and then we will, assuming that, like I say, I don't find anything crazy on this plug, then we'll get ready to pull this top fill plug and go from there. All right, guys, here's the bottom plug. A little bit better view of it. I have not wiped it off yet, so this is what we're looking at. Nothing too crazy. I mean, there's some material on it, but no real chunks. It just feels like clutch material. I'm not feeling anything in it that would be too alarming. It's all soft, nothing real nasty. So we're gonna get that plug cleaned up. We will let this oil continue to drain, or the gear oil continue to drain out of the differential, and pull the top plug, get our stuff set up. I'll walk you through the fluid that this is going to take, and the limited slip additive that we're going to use as well. And this is a pretty quick and easy process, as long as you don't find any kind of major discoveries on this little guy right here. All right, we got the top plug kind of loosened up, finger tight. We're going to work it out. I would not suspect to see a whole lot of material on this, but it is possible. So we're going to double check this one as well. Yeah, just very, very minor very minor clutch material. So nothing concerning there, which is a great news and great sign that we still have a healthy differential. So we're going to move forward with getting this thing prepped for the new fluid and limited slip additive. We're going to add a little bit on top of what the fluid already has in it. So just to be cautious, because like I said before, these are known to have some, I guess, excessive noise first thing in the morning or when it's been sitting overnight. The first little couple turns, you'll hear them clutches in there making a little bit of noise. So we're trying to get rid of some of that. Just as an added side note, both of these plugs are exactly the same. So there's no real way to get these mixed up. They can go in either one. So if you mix them up, it's not a big deal. They're exact same threads, exact same plug. Both are magnetic. So don't be worried about that. All right, guys, this is the gear oil that we were able to find locally here. It is Redline synthetic oil, 75W85. I'm used to using 7590 and most of everything, but this particular vehicle is speccing the 75W85. It is a full synthetic. It does have some of the GL5 high performance lubricant for the limited slip differential stuff. But since these are known to have such kind of a noisy rear end, we're going to top it off with a little bit of this Lube Guard limited slip supplement, just as a little bit of added bonus. I'm not sure exactly what it would hurt, but that's what we're going to do. So, like I said, the crappy part about this whole situation is the going to fill it. So we did get a little pump. It's not really the one I was hoping for, but we're way overkill. Let's just say that. A lot of times you get the ones that go on the top of here. They're just a little pump and not a big deal. If you use the bag, you may be able to sneak one of the little bags up in there. That was not an option for me today. And so that's what we're going to end up with. Here's the little pump that I was able to get. It's kind of a multi-use. Again, it's not quite exactly what what I've used in the past, but it'll work. I have no doubt it'll work. It's a little overkill, so we'll keep that one for future use on whatever else we got. We always got some kind of project around here, and we'll put it to use again someday. So it looks like everything's just about done draining under there. I'm gonna put the plug back in the bottom. We'll get the pump set up. We'll get our bottles opened up, and we will get ready to pump this in here. The one thing I will tell you is I'm probably going to go ahead and add this bottle into one of these, so that I'm not having to try to fiddle with this little bitty bottle. There's no reason I couldn't add it in here, kind of shake it up, and dump it off in there with our transfer pump, and do it like that instead of having to deal with a whole nother, trying to get this one up in here, or trying to deal with the pump. Not wanting to, pull the material in. So that's the way we're going to work it. Hopefully that helps somebody out. Again, using our 3/8. Just nice and snug. All right. So now we are ready to try to set up to get this fluid back in this differential, which is going to be a nice treat because there is no room for this garbage. So, move that out of the way. I've got our little pump over here. I've got our additive added to our... There's absolutely no room for none of this stuff under here. This is horrible. All right, guys, we got our little transfer pump set up. Sorry, it's hard to see up in here. This is a really tight spot. You're gonna have fun when you do this, unless you have a lift, and then you'd be all right. But we got a transfer pump down here. We've got one of our hoses stuck in the bottle of Redline, or gear oil. We've got the other stuck in the top up here in the differential. We're going to fill this thing up until it runs out. That's all I can tell you at this point. I've seen some conflicting numbers as far as how much this thing will hold. We're going to fill it up till it runs out. It's kind of the universal way to do this. and then I will let you know exactly how much material we used. So here we go. All right, guys, as you can see, our oil started to come out. We're gonna go ahead and install the upper plug, get it snug back down. Sorry about the camera angles. These are not the most conducive to filming up under here. So we're gonna make do with what we got. All right, guys, just like that, we've got our two full quarts of the 75/85 full synthetic back into the differential. I'm gonna get some brake clean. We're gonna get this brake cleaned up, wiped down. That is gonna let me know if I have any other leaks. If I see this wet later on, I'll double check all this. It's always a good idea to come back in here and double check your work after, you know, kind of a test drive or maybe a couple days, just to make sure that nothing's leaking, nothing developed after the fact. So let me get my brake clean. We'll get all this cleaned up and we'll go from there. All right, guys, that wraps this up. The hardest thing you're going to find is a good way to get this filled back up. The drain plugs are super easy. No special tools needed. 3/8 ratchet. And that you don't have to go crazy with them. There is a seal on those that goes around the head, so you don't have to get crazy with trying to over torque those. Nice and just snug will work. Got everything brake cleaned off. Everything is clean and dry. So if we come back under here and we find oil anywhere, then we've got a leak and we need to do some more investigating. So other than that, that's going to wrap it up from under the car. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for the quick and easy, down and dirty little fluid change on this 2021 Tahoe. Again, this is going to apply to the similar years for the Tahoe, Yukon, Suburban, all that kind of stuff. They're all going to be about the same. Again, we didn't encounter any kind of strange problems. If I would have pulled the plug out and found some large pieces of metal or chunks of gear, then that would have prompted us to do a little bit further digging and pull the cover off and figure out what kind of problems we have. Most likely ended up in a full differential rebuild. So thank the Lord we didn't encounter those problems. We're going to get ready to take this out on the test drive real fast, wait for it to sit overnight, and then in the morning really test it out, because right now it's kind of warm. So hope you enjoyed it. Hope this helps somebody. We appreciate everybody watching. Again, if you ain't subscribed, think about subscribing for us. We'll catch you on the next one.